Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
We all know that owning a small business means you wear many hats, but sometimes you really need an extra pair of hands. Upwork is how good companies find great and trusted freelance talent. With more than 2 decades of experience, with the simple and ambitious goal of pioneering a better way of working, companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in staffing key projects and initiatives. They access a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, marketing, and more. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, and get help drafting a job post or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them and take your business to the next level. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com. Upwork.com.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting radio-exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Creator to Creators Today. Today, we have a special guest.
Hi, guys. My name is Chicle.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Of course. I love how social media works. I love how you can contact someone and get it's from someone else. And it's like we all are connected. So thank you for reaching out to me. This is great.
No, of course. I saw your stuff and I was like, this is just great.
Oh, thank you.
I love the way you interview people. It's like such a fluent way to do it. I love when it's more about having a conversation than like being like, question. So I love that. I mean, it is obviously there are questions in it, but I love your work. So I'm very honored to be here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I like to always start with, the beginning, like, what was that like? What was your childhood like growing up? And how did you kind of find your way in the creative aspect field?
Well, my childhood was really interesting. I come from a very traditional Mexican parents. I was born and raised in Mexico. That's where I was born and raised. And I migrated to the United States when I was around 12 years old.
Nice.
So my parents were the people that they wanted you to be successful. They wanted you to be career oriented, have a degree, be a lawyer, be a doctor. And that was kind of like the dream. And I'm over here like, hi, I'm queer and I don't think I need a degree. So it's kind of like, it was very much that. My mother was really, in a way, she inspired my art without her really realizing it, because she made sure that every vacation we had, she took us to every state in Mexico. So I got to in my childhood, I got to see museums and clothing from every region. So that's what kind of began to start inspiring all of it right now. But through years, I moved to the United States, and obviously it was a culture shock. Just seeing people from all over the world, because like in Mexico, we usually don't see that. It's like I mean, we get to see people here and there that come from other countries, but here's completely different. It's a completely different story. It's
Right.
people from like literally, especially here in LA, it's people from all over the world. So I was seeing like, so yeah, I got to see people, like I said, from all over the world, all every culture and the way they dress. So that began to inspire me. So I guess I feel like through their clothing and through their culture, and that's how like I think like that's why I became like an artist, like to be more through the culture of people first, to their clothing, and then it evolved as I became part of this group of friends. But we'll get to like that story, how I made my friends and the influence that they have in me and the company that we have now. It's
Nice.
how been all an evolution of it, like through years.
Wow. Very
Yeah.
cool. I love fashion. I love
Mhm.
that. I mean, I love that whole thing of it's like a way to express yourself. And that's what I saw immediately on your Instagram was like, whoa, I mean, your fashion is amazing, by the way, absolutely amazing. So I love that you can express yourself through like fashion, with your, like, that's another way of putting it creatively, like artistically. So I find that very fascinating.
Yeah, I express my art and my queerness through fashion. How I consider myself non-binary trans, even though a lot of people, there's a lot of misconceptions and like people don't understand when somebody say I'm non-binary trans. Like they're like, "Oh, did you want to be a woman?" I'm like, I'm kind of like more this androgynous, fluid vibe. You know,
Gotcha.
when it comes to my tranness, it's like it's more about like feeling my body as a woman than
Mm,
like feeling my body as a man, because I love being masculine presenting. That's something
mhm,
I love.
mhm.
I love my facial hair, I love my facial structure, but
Yeah.
like when it comes to my body, like I idolize women that are curvy. I idolize, especially African American women are, I love them. I love their aesthetic. It's beautiful. I think every aspect of African American woman, to me, it's just very beautiful. Like their body shape,
Yeah.
uh, their culture, like the hairstyles. It's just very unique. It's something very unique. That
Mhm.
like I feel like the industry doesn't really give like that many props to it,
Mm.
but they love to take it.
Yes. Well, yes. Right. It's just how the industry goes, unfortunately. But I love that you're setting trends, like, apart from, not saying that you're not like, it's like the whole thing of, yeah, the industry is there, but also having your own thing, which is apart from, like, just your own thing, apart from the machine, if you will, Hollywood,
Yeah,
which is, I think, is very necessary to
yeah.
to have. And then you have more creative freedom versus someone telling you what to wear, like what to
Exactly.
say, how to be. So
And
I commend you. That's awesome.
thank you. And living here in LA, I get to see it because I have friends that they are getting up there.
Mm,
And I feel like the more they're getting up there, the more the less control they start to have, which,
mm,
and then they start to have this fight because like we had this conversation where they're like, well, my agent told me that like I shouldn't be doing this. And I'm just like, they feel like the more success they're getting coming to, or they're more getting, like you say, sucked into this machine,
mm,
the less control they begin to have when it comes to their like art. And it's
right.
like we had, like I was mentioning, we had these conversations where they're like, well, like my manager said this, or like the label want me to do this. So it's really I find it really strange for people. Like I'm like I tell them like that's what you got you there, like
Mm,
how special you are and how like the uniqueness of just what you got you there. So like to me that's what they call it, a sold out, and that's what you try to fight. That's what
mm-hmm,
I'm trying to fight right now. So I always prefer to be independent.
mm-hmm.
Being like an independent artist, like you get to control everything more than anything. And if they want to invest in you, that they can invest in you, but it's under your own terms.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for independency. I think, I've done a lot of the mainstream stuff, and which is great, but I think there's something about being able to control your narrative of what you want to say
Yeah.
creatively, because that's your way to express yourself and put that out to the world. But if you can't do that, it's like, then you kind of feel like, well, what am I doing? Not
Yeah.
really doing what I want to do. So I find that awesome that you're doing that. Do you find it hard creatively to basically put, I mean, because you're putting your money into your own stuff, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
It's
how do you balance that?
tune out entire rest of the week.
Yeah, yeah.
It is an investment. I would say that is an investment, definitely. Something that a little bit more about me also is I like to manage
Mm,
artists, and I
nice.
like that aspect of it. And I always tell them when I get like a new client or someone or someone that comes.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting radio exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Host. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethost.com/terms.
And like try to ask for advice, I would say like be ready to invest. If you're not ready to invest, it's like it's kind of pointless because it's all, and you have to see it as an investment. Like you're gonna have to make sacrifices. There are days that you're not gonna be able to go hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to have that nice night out meal. Like you have to stay in, eat and it's a lot of sacrifices and a lot of investment at the beginning. Then eventually, everything starts paying off, and that's what I feel like about it. Like it's just an investment, and you have to be ready to make that investment. It takes time, so you have to have patience. You have to be able to invest, and you have to be able to make sacrifices. If you're willing to make these, then you're on the right path.
Yeah, it's a big sacrifice. You're in California. I'm sure at the beginning, trying to figure getting your that crew, that core group together is kind of difficult. How did that come about? Figuring out, okay, this is my person. This is my group.
This is a good story. This is something that I might be so yesterday I was thinking, how am I gonna approach this? Right? How can I tell my story being authentic? And I decided I'm gonna speak to you from the heart and be honest. So I had issues with substances before. So I used to be part of this house, and it was a big crew, and it was 10 people, and we're doing all these photo shoots and this and that, and and at the same time I'm struggling. And I noticed that there was a lot of people here that wanted to be part of something but didn't want to make the effort for it. It was kind of I just want my name slapped on it and get the recognition of what I didn't do.
Wow.
So we had a big group, and it was kind of already falling down. We had been working together for a couple years. We were on top of the friends, and I had an overdose. And the funny thing was that the people that show up for me, out of those 10 people that were like that, there were 2.
Wow.
And we became a house. We kind of were it kind of gave us it woke us up.
Right.
To realize who actually was there for us. And we just kind of were left in a hospital room looking it's just us. And then we decided we're gonna build a company. We built a company. It's called Bad Vibes. So I'm one of the founders of the house Bad Vibes.
Nice.
And now route that we're going, we are creating a queer space inclusive for artists. And what we want to create is a space and a stage for upcoming artists to come and showcase their talents. And for us, it doesn't matter if you're gay, if you're straight, like whatever you want to identify, you're welcome.
I love that.
What we want is like showcase your talent. And that's the platform that we're building right now. We are working on a third show. Our first show was it was a learning experience for sure.
Aren't they all the first ones?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh.
I like to have like a takeaway from every show.
Yeah.
First show takeaway was we needed a sound engineer. The second takeaway from the second show, it was we need a bar manager.
Right.
And it's just like we've been growing, and we do we have clients, because on top of that, like we not only do this show, we also provide services. Like we can, if you're, let's say you're a singer and you have an upcoming album, right? We can help you with your marketing. We can help you with photography. We'll have a photographer, a stylist, a project manager, makeup artist, hair person. Like we'll put together, we had the resources to put together a team.
Nice.
For you to have like basically a well product for you to show to your fans, and that's what we do as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we not only, and these are the people that like help me like to do these shoots. Like I don't know, you saw my Instagram, I posted these like pictures for my birthday.
Yes, I saw all of them.
It's the same thing. Like we all work, we are building this little well-oiled machine. Like we're like tweaking it and like fixing things here and there, but like it's a little machine that we're building that we want to eventually like just let it run. And then, like that's the main goal. Let it run, have a name for the house, and have that platform and that following to help you as that struggling artist that are kind of like, I'm independent, I don't know where to showcase, like I don't have a lot of money. It's like, come, like we have a space for you, and that's what our goal is as a company.
Love that. That's a great. That's so awesome that you have that, because that's going to help a lot of people, feel like also feel like a family too, because it's like, it's really hard to get in the door at the beginning, when you're first trying to figure out, especially if you're new to LA, you're like, what? So this is great.
If you're not to LA, guys, I have like the best advice is follow with the people that want to do the work. Stay away from like the partying scene. The party scene doesn't take you anywhere. Like the whole, like, I want to be seen and like, you have to be seen. Like it doesn't work. We tried it. It doesn't work. It's like, you had to put in the work. Regardless of anything, you had to put in the, of course you want to show up and you want to show up your cute outfit and like put your face to it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you had to be there every single time or you had to be wasted. And like, I seen through my years, I'm 30. I just turned 35.
Oh, well, happy birthday and welcome to 35. Yay.
Are you 35?
I'm 31.
Okay, welcome to your 30s. And I'm
liking it.
In my mid 30s.
Yeah.
Like I've seen all kinds of like talents go to waste. Like I've seen people that coming from out of state, they start getting like on the wrong like crowd, and like you see them here.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting radio-exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Later, they're like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you were such an amazing artist. And they, it took them, Hollywood can like eat you up, chew you and spit you out.
Do you think people like the idea of Hollywood because it's this, it looks so glamorous, right? Yeah. From the outside looking in, you're like, oh, I want to do what, the Kim Kardashians or your Lori Harveys or Naomi Campbell. Oh my gosh, how like, what advice would you give to someone that says, okay, like, okay, it's not just based off what you see, it is going to take hard work to get there, right?
Well,
Like,
yeah, like I said, it's patience,
patience. Love that.
have goals. And by what I mean by goals is like, you don't have to have an end goal, little
Mm,
goals. This week I'm gonna hit every single modeling like that is here in LA.
nice.
This week, like little goals, little accomplishing goals, and then like these goals are gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're gonna be able to reach what you want to reach. Like I
Mm,
said, I have friends that like it has worked for them. So I would say that like set yourself goals, be patient, be ready to invest, be ready to put in the work, and be careful who you hang out with, what your crowd is. You don't need 100 friends. You need
that's
a
true.
crowd. You need a crowd that is gonna believe in you, they're gonna be there for you, and they're gonna help you stay grounded. That's what I would
Love
say to
that.
somebody, like, like just, and you'll be in the right track, and then fame will come to you, and whatever you're looking for, it will come to you, and what you do with it, that's gonna be now your choice. What you
Yeah.
want to do with it. Like what I personally want to do is completely my own thing. What I want to do with my success that I'm
Nice.
looking for.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome. I like that. Who's someone that inspires you in the fashion world that you're like, that that's what I aim for. I like that.
On the it's Who inspired me is this. He's a stylist actually.
Mm.
His name is Joey Tahoe, and he styles like some celebrities. He styles like all kinds of people, and his style is just very chill, very out there, colorful. Um, and I just like his style a lot. The way he styles people and the clothes that he finds for them, it's very fitting to the person. It's kind of like he knows his clients very well, and I love that. I would love to work with him sometime in the future, and then we'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once, like I said, one step at a time, and one goal at a time. And eventually it's like you're gonna see, the fruits that the seeds that you've planted grow, because, I definitely am a testament to that. I'm not from LA at all, and I moved there from Florida,
Mhm.
originally from Florida, and I moved there and then stayed there for like 10 years.
Wow.
And yeah, and I think on my fifth year is when, like, well, first year was great. Some things happened. Fifth year was like, okay, things are, I'm starting to get like clientele and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it is work, but if you love it, it's not going to be work really. It's going to be something you love to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's another thing too. Like, be passionate. Be passionate about it. For example, my passion is education and awareness.
Nice.
Um, the trans community has a really big spot on my heart. Like, really big.
Mm.
I love the trans community. They have welcomed me. They have taught me about my queerness. They have like helped me like spread my wings and fly. Like, I had always had like a very love for the trans community, which is like get me to what I'm doing right now. Currently, I'm working in a podcast called Trans Addiction,
Mm.
and it's about the hardships that the trans community goes through addiction. So what I want
Mm.
is like show what happened, how they got there, how they got through it, and how they become the person that they are today. Um,
Love that.
what inspired me to it was, like I said, I'm 37 days sober. No, 38 days sober. 30.
Congratulations. That's exciting. Oh, wow.
Thank you,
That's
thank
great.
you. And when I first started going to this program, I was very broken.
Mm.
I didn't know if I was gonna be able to make it, and I went to this here in LA during Pride Month. They do this. AA has like their own Pride, and it's called AALA. And I went and I hear this girl speaking. Her name is Delilah. I hear her speaking, and her story touched me so much. And I was like, you need to be heard. Like, your story needs to be heard. And that's what inspired me to create this podcast that I'm
Nice.
currently working on. And also working in a docuseries.
Congratulations on that.
I'm working on a docuseries. I still haven't pinned the name, uh, but it's just about sexuality and the spectrum of gender. But I'll
Mm,
get to that one in a second. Like I said, right now her story was very, very impressive, very heartfelt, and it inspired me to be like, our community needs to be heard. And it needs to be like these stories, because for me, it would have probably have helped me a lot to hear her story if before, and it's just the same way I think about myself. I think about all these little kids out there that they don't have this information, that they don't have this education when it comes to all these like topics. And that's what like it gets me going, and it gets me, inspires me, and it like I want to be an advocate for these kids, for these queer kids that are out there, that like I don't see anybody like myself. I don't see that if they can hear that story and it avoids them drugs, or avoids them an abusive relationship, and avoids them like going through all this hardship, like they say, one kid, just one,
yeah.
like
That,
you can help. And that's what I have always been all about. Like I'm more about like I say, awareness, and like let's raise this awareness, and let's teach these kids, and let's get this youth in a straight path. No
mm.
pun intended.
No, this is great. And it's great to have people like yourself out there, advocating these things, because sometimes you don't, you see TV and you see all kind of different things happening in the world that's kind of like makes you think, man, we're not making any progress. But then you're like, wow, okay, it's good to hear that. So kudos to you for putting that out there, because
Thank
that's
you.
awesome, and that's helping the culture, moving the culture forward. So that's really incredible.
Yeah, like I said, it's just awareness, and trying to help these kids.
Yeah.
um Also, like I say, I'm very about education. Like I'm a
Mhm.
big advocate when it comes to education. And the reason I decided to start working, because I'm drafting this docu-series idea, it was because I went to Pride, and I
Mm,
kind of like, this is a couple years ago, I went to Pride, and I was like, I had this moment where I was like standing around, like around this crowd, and I look over there and I see a dancer, and I look over here and I see another dancer, and I'm just kind of like, and I was looking at the worships that they have, and I was like, we need education. Like we really
mm,
like, I felt like it was like the party's over. We accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. We have the rights that we wanted to have. This party's over. Yeah, we celebrated for so many years. How about we continue to educate the youth? And I started to look through like school curriculums, and I was like, well, we're not really thought about gender.
mm,
We only thought about like you're a male, you're a female,
mhm.
but there is so much gray in between these two, and it comes same thing when it comes with sex. Like we have like fluid, non-binary, trans, asexual, pansexual, and I just feel like it's just very much like highlight you're either gay, bi, or trans.
Right, right, right. I see what you're
And
saying.
there's kind of like,
And then leaves everything out that,
exactly.
yeah.
It's like you put these boxes, and it's like everything in this box is like non-valid, and it's not. Like everything
Mm,
else all around this box is valid. There should not be this box. So this tear down these walls, like they say.
mm,
And like, so one, I just have this docu-series about like sexuality and the spectrum of gender, and how people express their gender, how they express their sexuality, how a person who is non-binary trans, how do they express their sexuality?
mhm.
Someone that is pansexual, how do they express their sexuality? A person that is asexual is not really, it's a person that is like, sex is not so much their kink or their thing. So like, how is that?
Right,
I not even myself know that, but I want to know.
right. Yeah,
And like
exactly.
by putting these people's stories out there, that's how you're gonna like know, and that's how you're gonna educate people, and that's how like people are gonna have more awareness of like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, like this is what like, and identify with it, like, which is the most like the gold of it all at the end. Is like people to identify with this and be like, I'm not alone.
Right. Absolutely. I love that. And I can't wait to see
Uh,
this. Is your family supportive of like everything that you're doing?
Well, I unfortunately I don't have parents anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But my dad, like I said, they come from a very Mexican family. Like my dad was very non-affectionate. My
Mm,
mom was, he was non-affectionate but supportive.
okay, that's great.
They never told me. It was funny. They were more concerned about my education. They
Mm,
were concerned about my gender. Because to them it was always kind of like they kind of always knew because I was always like they wouldn't call it gay, but they would call it different. I was just
gotcha.
different.
Right.
So they knew like so for them when I came out, it wasn't so much of a like oh shock, like he's gay. It was just kind of more like they were more upset the fact that like I dropped out of high school and I was
I
just
see.
running around the clubs with my face painted, like expressing myself. Like, they were kind of more like, what is going on?
Right.
Than like me not wanting me being gay. But they had always been incredibly supportive, like of
That's
my
good.
gender and my sexuality and the choices that I make in life. Like they may not understand it and they fight it, but like once I like sit down with them and explain them what I wanted to do, then they got it. Like, and they were kind of okay, well, we still maybe not got it 100%, but we're here to support you.
I love that. I love that. Well, that's great. What's next for you in your creative journey? What are you working on? Well, the docuseries,
Mhm.
but what's something that you're kind of currently like about to put out, or are you
What
doing
I'm about to put
something?
out is the podcast. That's what I'm
All
about to put
right,
out.
that's exciting.
Yes, yes. I'm putting together a team. I'm the producer. I have a
Nice.
co-producer. I'm bringing in this trans girl to help us kind of be more of an advisor.
Mm,
Because I want to have the voice. I want to have
yeah,
somebody that like, and I'm currently looking for an interviewer more like
nice.
someone that is like, because like I can talk and stuff, but like I want someone that is more part of that community, that they understand those hardships and they understand that they know the questions that they need to be asked.
I love
When
it.
you know, but I'm planning to put it on within the next month.
All
So
right.
yeah, I'll start filming. I'm setting everything right now. I'm setting like I already have set up Twitter, the Instagram is called, like I said, it's called Trans Addiction.
All right.
And you can find it on Instagram as transaddiction underscore because it was
Okay.
taken.
Bring
And
that up.
I already have half of the cast. So like it's going. Like, the hamster roll, I mean, wheel is already running.
Yeah.
The snowball's going down the hill. So
That's
it's
great.
gonna happen. And that's currently what I'm working on. My next project will be the docuseries once I'm done with this.
Okay.
Like I said, it's pace yourself as well. Like don't try to so I guess unless solicited advice is like pace yourself. Like don't run. There's no rush. There's no rush. Like like you may feel like I'm getting older, or this new person is coming up and like I need to hurry up, I need to be faster. And honestly, you don't need to do that. Like just pace yourself and you'll get there
Yeah.
eventually. I'm 35 and I'm getting there. So
You're doing great. You're doing
yeah,
fantastic.
exactly. I'm like I like to think that for myself. I'm doing great.
I always like to ask every guest this question, and every guest has a different answer, but there's no wrong answer
Okay,
whatsoever. Loyalty or respect?
loyalty,
Ah,
loyalty. I guess the reason I living here, the reason I choose loyalty is because, like I said, living here in LA, you're gonna meet tons of people, and like I said, you're gonna meet people that they're gonna look for what you have and what can they take from you
very true.
to advance in their careers. So to me, loyalty, it's more important. I will forgive somebody if they disrespect me, if we have an issue that we can talk it out. Like I'm more forgiving. But
Right.
when it comes to loyalty, it just shows a lot of character of you. Loyalty, it
Oh,
shows a
yeah.
lot of character. So it's for me will be definitely loyalty.
I love that. I think that's a great answer for sure. Definitely out in LA.
Definitely in LA. Yeah,
Definitely in
you
LA.
gotta have
Woo.
someone that really has your back. And you will find it, honestly. You will find it. Like I find my amazing like House of Bad Vibes. So like it's the three of us is my best friend Brody, my best friend Tricia, and myself. And we love each other.
That's
We tell
great.
each other that we love each other. We're a triple. Yeah, we not only have a company together, we have we work together at the same spot. Like,
Love that.
and I love it because we're constantly like bouncing ideas. Like, oh, I thought about this. I
Yeah.
thought about this, and like, so we constantly. For us, it works. It works, and it makes sense that like we're working together because we work at a music venue.
Nice.
So it's kind of makes sense that we're there, and it makes sense that we work together and that we had this business together. So to us, is everything after my overdose, everything just kind of felt like,
Mm-hmm.
and it felt very natural. It felt very,
Mm-hmm.
people used to, the reason we call it bad vibes was because people were like, oh, they're bad vibes. They're bad vibes. But it was people that like we dropped because we knew they weren't willing to put in the work.
Gotcha.
So we decided, was like, oh, you think we're bad vibes? Cool. We're gonna make this a company, and we're gonna take it all the way to the bank.
Right. And make it a positive thing.
Exactly. And you're
I love
over here like, still, doing the same thing that you're doing. But
Well, I gotta put this in there. Okay. I mean, it's Pride Month, and I gotta say, did you hear the Beyonce new song, Break My Soul? What did you think of that? Were you surprised? Like that, I feel like that is such an anthem for like it. I just like how I'm a big Beehive fan, but that was completely different than I thought she would ever do.
it's something very different than what she usually does.
Yeah, I love it.
I love the beat. I love her voice, and just like she's such a great performer.
Yeah.
So you usually kind of think that she's gonna put up this like boom, boom, like, performance song, and like for her to have like this anthem was like, it was really cool. And we all know that she has her back as well. So
Yeah, definitely. She's such a great. I love it that that she's very current. She's with even though her album comes out, I think next month, I believe.
yeah.
Which I'm super excited about. But great, and I love that message. Just like, you can't break my soul. Like anyone can relate to that, but I think it's like no matter what, like you just got to keep going, and you're not going to break it. So it's super positive.
And we love a positive like message, and especially if it's coming from Queen Bee, it's like
oh yeah. And I mean, we're living in such a time where we're just getting out of the whole COVID situation, and now we're kind of free and back in the creative space. It's really nice it's refreshing to hear. Where can people find you on social media so they can follow you?
You can find me on Instagram and at Queer Bra. And then you can also find me on Twitter as Queer Bra.
Love it.
It's spelled Q. It's kind of weird spelling, but it's queer and then bra, B-R-U, 3 H's. But I'm sure you put it out there.
Yeah.
But you can find me on TikTok and on Instagram.
Nice. Last question, and we're done.
Yeah. I'm having a great time, by the way.
Oh, so. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Me too. What does pride mean to you?
I've been thinking about that question for a minute, because to me, pride means to be your true authentic self, to be prideful of like who you are, to be prideful of what your gender is, to be prideful of the things that you have accomplished. Put in a way like, it's Pride Month, but like you should be prideful every year, every day, like it doesn't necessarily just be 1 month like of pride. But pride to me means like to be proud of like who you are, what your accomplishments are, and to be happy with those things you have accomplished and what you have done, especially for yourself. When you work in yourself, like that's what you should be proud and feel that energy, and be out there proudly with your head up and be like, this is who I am. This is the way I am, and this is the way I express myself, and I'm proud of it.
Thank you so much for coming on. It was refreshing to talk to you, and I wish you all the best in your journey.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you guys for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. Bye, guys.